Hello, hello, it's Wild once again, but this time we're not playing any Steam games, we're doing art. So I wanted to do this sort of thing for a while, in which I basically spent a bit of time trying to learn how to draw. These streams will be pretty chill. It's going to be mostly me drawing. I will be making little commentary unless it's sort of about my own style. Mostly because it's earlier for me, I have less energy in the morning, although I guess it's depending on what you consider a morning. And yeah. We're gonna be using Krita to make our stuff, but because I know nothing of actual art, I do know a little bit, but I don't know enough about drawing. I'm gonna basically be following tutorials and just trying my best to figure out what we're doing from there. This is the program we'll be using as Krita. I'll be using a tiny little tablet I got recently, or not that far ago. And I'll be drawing some basic stuff. I'm going to learn how to basically do digital drawing. I don't know how far I'll get in a month. I do not know if my motivation will last for the entirety of the month. Because that is hard. It's hard to be motivated all the time. It's really hard. But I appreciate everybody who stops by now, in the future, or whenever. I do have some lo-fi, because I feel like that's sort of a good mood to have in the background. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't really have much more to say than that. First thing we'll get to is the corner. And I will pull out my tablet. Aha! It actually moves a little bit with me. It does seem to work. It does seem to like react to my character to some degree. May have to fix that arm. It's kind of broken, but oh well. We'll worry about that when it comes. We'll probably back here. Yep. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna show what I'm gonna basically be referring to the majority of this time. I'm going to be looking at this sort of tutorial-esque in another window. I don't know how much of it you can see, but it's a big, sort of like a blog that this is talking about what you should do when you start drawing. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll start with that, see how it goes. I feel like it's good to start with some reference of what to do rather than just be completely blind. But speaking of, what happens if I make it smaller? It kind of does lower its. Wow, looking fancy? I'm not fancy. I'm an artist. Or I'm artistically portraying as one, I guess. That's basically what's happening. Kind of hard to look at the chat and have this at the same time, though. May have to make this a little smaller. I think I have to also rescale this window to make it always match. Let's do that first. How you doing, show, by the way? Are you having this wonderful Saturday? In case you're not familiar, I'm gonna be doing art every day. Every day, I'm gonna learn a little bit more, do a little more practice. But today's the first one, so today's a bit of a just try to figure out what I'm doing. I definitely need to change this to my otherwise it's gonna always look like it's cut out. Scaling, yep. Solution 10:9. Oh, it doesn't. It seems like it cuts out. I guess it does that because it's a tiny window. You're gonna have to manually change this every time. That's not so great, but oh well. It is what it is. Let's make it a little bigger. Up. It's okay, I guess. Still in the moment, just beat Sly Cooper and Thievis Raccoon yesterday. Nice. Congrats, man. I'm happy for your completion. Though it seems like Sly Cooper is a much shorter game than Ratchet and Clank if it took you not that many play sessions. Or one, if anything. I was ready to rage at the third boss. Seems like you had a bit of a coon to have with that. I don't think that means anything. Do not quote me. Not a real quote. The game was somewhat buggy. I take it you are playing on the console, or are you playing on an emulator for it? That should be fine. Yeah, so let's start with the new. Create an image. I feel like the layer here is too big for what I'm actually doing. One thing that I'll also have to get used to is using the pen, which is something I've never done before when it comes to digital. Using digital very much. I did some sketches earlier to get familiarized on how to do the basics of the pen, but still very rough. On PS3? Nice. Nice. But you, are you moving on to the next Sly Cooper now there, show? Going slow, little by little, moving on. You wanna change the image size canvas. We'll make it a square, I think. Alright. We got a square. Got our pen. You can definitely tell pen works a little different than if I use a mouse. Because the mouse is very static. It only has one uniform force. But a pen, do very light lines, very heavy lines, and in between lines. Or actually I can do a gradient line. The main thing that I never got used to when using the pen here was the fact that the area of the board, or the area here, is actually very small. So like, this for me is about maybe 5 centimeters. So I would have to zoom in if I want to be more specific. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is this drawing. I gotta somehow draw this guy, which apparently is an upside down drawing by Picasso. The image is Igor Stravinsky, drawn by Picasso, a famous exercise from the book Drawing the Right Side of the Brain. Don't exactly know how famous that book is, but certainly give it a try. We can change the line size. Make it 6. So I'm somehow gonna have to replicate this, huh? Do I do it with clean lines, or am I doing it straight one line at a time? Pant leg, other pant leg. Definitely tell that I do not have proficiency with drawing. The fact that these lines are not greatly stable. If I do jagged, like if I do basically redrawing the lines, I think that should be fine, right? That's not right. Not right at all. That is 1, 2. Finger goes under. Finger here. Turn. Okay. I don't know if I should be focusing on the internal or the external. Trace. The one I was using. I don't know, I kind of hate it already. I hate it. I'm gonna restart. Oh, that makes it... Now there was a way to rotate. Yeah, it was here. You can rotate with this. Is there a rotating option in here? You tell what I'm trying to draw here? I don't think I am. I think I'm going insane. Where's that not erasing? Oh, because it's... Cool. I'm not gonna do tracing to begin with. That's not fair. Tracing isn't gonna help me. I mean, I guess it would help me get the lines. Maybe I should do pencil. Okay, so I've got to get this. I'm just gonna draw it very rough first. Where the sleeve would go again. Then go up, round. Then goes the head. Weird head. Oh, so I think if I delete this line, it's going to delete everything. So I'll leave that line there. Kind of has a bit of an angle here. Shoulder. Down. Turns around here. No. Do I... oh, there. Like, get rid of a couple. Did that show up for anybody? I think it did. I'll check. Oh, it did. Sarybot taking a break. There you go. Go back to OBS and this. Okay, where was I? This line. This line. Line gets cut to the chair, and the chair takes this higher step forward. Okay, so there's the outline. Kinda missed this part of the chair. There. Sure. Got space for the drawing. Pant leg. Pant leg. Curves. Line. Up. Cut. Pant leg. Comes in. Cut. Line. In. Turns. Cuts. Sort of the crease. It kind of has a cup here. The hand is not in the right spot though. Have to erase that cup. To this hand without finger here. Again, I think the line's a little off. The hand, also the hand, down, goes up. Finger sucks, goes around, closes. Goes up over the hand. That finger's too. No, I deleted everything. Damn it. I was proud of my thumb. Proud of it. Thumb looks so off. Actually take it back. It takes it back all the way. Undo some of that drawing over. I should worry about things that are on top than rather than things that are on the bottom. Make a happy little hand. Oh, we just out of the handle. There's no change to the size of this. Gotta manually change this. So, start like that, then go straight, we'll curve around this angle. We made the finger a bit thick now. put a line. This finger that goes here. Doesn't actually go all. This middle finger goes through. I have no idea what happens to this finger. There's the other hand. The knuckle. Somebody. There. This is some weird finger work here. This cup. So that's. So this is this. This is closing up. Chair armament. Somehow the coat. This is actually the outside. Got that wrong. This is the inside. There'll be a line. That's it, like. Then I down. This always takes priority. Then that's a weird thing. So he has a code. Goes from the cut way through. Burn. Goes through this side, goes back up, and this the chair is booked. I'll say that, so. Fine. Only drew them too low though. Tell how little I can draw a straight line. Can't draw them at all. In many, many hours, not weeks of practice. Oh, the coat leg would have gone here. Need to expand this. I need to go lower. Race our mystic. Back to drawing that. That's not even a straight line at all. Probably be better if I could flip this. Maybe. Oh my god, this is gonna mess with me. Maybe the important thing is to keep it straight all the way. Oops. There's an ad break. But none of that matters to me. Sleeve is huge. Sleeve is huge. Also a little fabric. Touches this side. The tiny little button area there. There's a button. I'm back from the ad break. The button here. Has a back side to this. Now there are actual lines. Example. Finger should have lines here. Finger's too long. It must go. Must be shortened. So it should have a line. I zoom in. Oh, if I zoomed in, I would have more control. This is not a finger anymore. There's some lines here. Try to fix this one. A line here. Line here. Line which I have tried to represent. This thumb. Right. Not right at all. Bracelet. that little corner over there to actually make the thumb too big. Has something on that. Don't know what it is. Could be a 1, 2, 3. Oh. Yeah, I don't. Turns his finger here. Has his finger here, hooks around. This finger comes up too thin. You know, it's a full nail. Don't know what happens to this one. This is a sort of way that it conveys like that. Oh, does in fact stay that way. And there's this little nubbin. I think it's a bit too wide, I think. I keep redoing the mistake. Feel good. Bit too high up. I feel like this is a ring thing. So that's this hand is not great. Thumb is also a little more like that. It just makes the thumb look very elongated. Put a line. Cool. Well, I don't know. The hands there are done. Go back here. Has a backslip. Then this has to go straight. Somewhat straight. It does have a little bit of a curved line. Then I just go. Arm is wide. Based on what I see here, this has to be higher up. This entire I feel like that's too big of an angle. Or do this thing. Okay, we got that. Starts turning. Nice little circle. These go up, get at a point. Goes up. Line keeps going that way as well. So 1. 3. Crease. Cool, cool. Move it down. Where his other leg went? Doesn't show up in the drawing. There's a little hook here that I missed. Okay. For here, we want to do a shape like that. That. Not perfect, no. Then bigger one here. Then that. Then we gotta do a pocket. Cool, cool. Not great, but perfection is not something we're very good at right now. Move up. Do a line cut straight to the collar. Do a similar line. Follows this one straight through. No, that's too thin. Oops. Guess we should establish where the neck is. This is the chin. Goes down, goes a little like that, rolls. That's where the chin is. That means well, that means that this is completely wrong. Pocket is wrong. So let's do the chin first. That way it will give us some where the next lines have to go. Gonna go, nope. You go a little bit in. Start doing the collar. Then we'll start taking it all the way. That's, don't mean to double delete, but oh well. Call that the collar. Then coming from behind here and pushing all the way down. All the way goes. And goes up. That's straight up. It becomes this line. I feel like that last part of the line is wrong. Get better at like actually dropping the line rather than continuously doing it. I don't know why. First line is actually pretty. Actually, kind of starts this. Then splits. Split. Cut. Oh, I think I did it too high. Cut. Cut. Go straight up. There's a single button somewhere over here. Making this sure. Next two lines come from about the thumb. It's pretty much a straight line. Straight line that goes to this part of the neck. No, there's two lines. One line that goes to it, and then another one that flips around. Little curve at the this line over here. Straight. A weird jagged. Jagged. Then down. Starts me. Weird button. I'm gonna do the sleeve. Is that a bit too early? Feels alright, but I just think my hand is too big down there. Okay. The sleeve should have ended earlier. I'm using this as a line that basically just continues here. So this part of the sleeve is wrong. Then goes up. There's a cut over here. I don't exactly know what those are for, but well. A lot of wrinkles. Like a diamond wrinkle here too. And it feels like that arm is huge. Give him. It has to be lower. Just a matter of the lines, I guess. So this line goes here. Line goes around. wrinkle. There's another line here. Line that kind of halfways, and then one here that kind of goes the whole way. This sort of curvature. There's a big line. One that takes it all. I don't know. This don't feel. It don't feel very good to me. Also, this line actually happens here. It happens under the chair. I say clean it up, but I basically just made it dirtier. I guess jagged edges. Okay. Now we do the collar. Fine. The line marking collar. I am. Second part goes to a sleeve. That button is too big. Make that small. Okay. Pocket here. Goes from all of them. Got little dots. The fashionable guy, this guy. Maybe copying the whole dots as well. I guess so. He certainly is a man of style, and I have none. I feel like I could have elongated that. That's him done over there. I think that's the thing I'm missing is maybe cleaning up these lines up here. Erase. Nope, not erase. Alright, let's try to get this face done, huh? Let's erase some of this. Did I do that because oh, I did it because I pressed this. Wait, has it been erasing? Didn't erase it. Good enough. Go away, lines. We'll get your skull right here, mister. Do not worry about me. Actually, no promises. Get your skull. Yeah, I ain't no professional. We'll go down. Sure. Either this is the hairline. Indentation for the ear. I'm balding up here. Then I'm gonna put the ear too low. It has a bunch of hair. Bunch of big pair of glasses. That defines his shape. Glasses are the nose then. Hands out. Left. Triangle. Can't do a circle. I feel like those. Got big lips. I do not know how to do lips. Those are some bad lips. I don't know. What do you think of those lips, huh? There are lips that a mother could love. Well, it's not like zooming in is gonna help me here. Let's assume that that's. This is actually the ear. That goes down and define the chin a bit. These lips then. We go the circle strategy. Oh, I just feel so wrong. Maybe we erase. Erase. Put something there. And want to make a line. A line. We may need to zoom in. I think he has a pencil mustache. Definitely see a little bit of something there. has a little line here. Done. Gonna have an ad in about a minute. Yeah, this is gonna look so weird when I turn it upside down. Feel like a little longer. That need to do the eyes. I think he has like something here. Well, here comes the end. This was an eyebrow. Well, I can never tell you, I did not keep shapes very well. But it's the first drawing, I guess. Welcome back from the ad. Alright, well, that's it. I'm gonna flip it around and see how bad it is, though. Well, it certainly is a drawing. So we can definitely tell that we made some very big mistakes that I didn't notice until after we flipped it. The first one is, you can tell, we basically have this entire sleeve be completely wrong. This one looks fine. This one not so fine. It's very high up. This chair doesn't make any sense. Could be proportioned here to this hand. Maybe it's at like the art is at an angle, but my angle is extremely over the top. This is very flat. I think I'm missing some lines in this leg as well. The face is he's definitely looks like he has some gout. This part is okay. Kinda. I mean, this part is a little too wide. But c'est la vie. We are learning. We're learning our art. Still looks good, to be honest. Thanks. That's very kind of you there, Akram. This is the first time I'm doing digital drawing ever, so this is basically my first experience into doing it. Thanks for the kind words. But I'm doing alright. Just learning the basics. Save that. Do we have a spot for this? Maybe in pictures. Doodle practice, yeah, we'll call it there. First, Picasso, I guess. I don't know what to call it. But how are you doing, by the way? I am, as I said, I am okay. Just practicing my first drawings. We're going through this little tutorial over here. It basically just says learning your basics. The one I have here. If I tab this out, you can't see it anymore. Learning to see like an artist. As an absolute beginner, you will be drawing symbol drawing. That you draw the idea of what you want to see instead of the physical shapes you see. As a result, your drawing looks off. Here's an example of an absolute beginner's symbol drawing. The difference between what you see and what you there can be pretty big. For example, your brain has symbols for what the eye looks like. Some kind of oval with a circle in it, but that is what the eyes really look like. They kind of change around. Hey, no worries. As I said, I'm just basically practicing drawing and just trying to get better. I plan to do it we'll see how it works, but I'll try to do it every day in November just to get a little better at drawing from no skill to some skill. It still will be nothing. Okay. So I guess the next one is just to draw a person. Or try to draw a person, I guess. Can we... Oh, I don't want this. Got it. Cool. I don't know. Who should we... let's just try to get a quick sketch of someone, I guess. We'll do new. Create. I do not want to create something that was this big, actually. But it's kind of like a very large one. Resize canvas. Yeah, we'll
Hey,
do.
buddy. You look thirsty. Why don't you get hydrated?
Thank you, Akram. I'll take a drink in your honor. Tasty water. Good after some drawing. Well, I don't know. Who are we drawing? We can draw our character, I guess. Ourselves. We can try to take a sketch of ourselves. In that case, let me just pull up. Probably don't need this right now. I'm gonna try to draw myself. Should have some of it here. Maybe make the canvas a little bigger so that way we can actually see it. We'll drag this one in. Oh, I'm very tiny there. I'm tiny! I think we're making myself bigger. Not pixely because it's probably too big. That's okay. We'll try drawing in proportional style, I guess. Alright, so we're gonna try drawing ourselves. Or at least the VTuber model of myself. And oh. I don't consider myself a very complex drawing, but we're gonna do it fast, not worry too much. I think if we worry too much, then we'll probably be here all day. No, I want you to switch back to the drawing tool. Thank you. Cool. Let's start with proportion. So, cool. Probably draw in a different layer, right? Hoodie kind of goes around. Your arm. I don't think my arms are that thick. I feel like I spent too much time on the smaller details here. We'll go down. What else? I have a little bit of an arm. Then it goes straight down. Have the arm seam. I don't know, it feels very straight. Try to worry about that later. Arm comes. Oh, this arm is extremely longer than the other one. I got big arm. I got big left arm energy here. Try like that. That shows that it's the crease of the arm. Hands. Yes, hands. What a kerfuffle there. As long as I sketch it, it's not too... Because when you sketch things, you can basically leave a lot of things to the imagination. Also, my hand is very tiny. I did it too small. I need to extend the forearm. The front line with this. Goes back. Then the thumb comes out. Thumb doesn't actually come out in an angle. Then we have the fingy. I don't know how that is for a tiny little hand. It needs a little bit of a... I don't know. It doesn't convey very well the hand because it doesn't show the fact that the hand ends. But it is a hand. My hand, in fact. Not the one drawing them. That is a very that's too long of a thumb. Too long. Again, I don't undo that. Oh, I ended on thumb. And why my thumb is so thick. Dummy thick. That is definitely too thick of a index finger. And it'll be better if I zoomed in too. I feel like the hands are really big, but I guess that's just how it is in the model. The drawing just makes them seem cute. Or actually, now that it is the sleeves. Oh, yeah, the sleeves don't match. I'm basically creating something that's bigger. If I cut them... No, I've never done this. Where's the lasso? Nice music choice. Yeah, we have some basic lo-fi music. Now, I don't... How do artists actually use their pen for everything? I feel like I always have to switch back to my mouse for that. How are you doing on this wonderful Saturday, Mr. and Mrs.? Sorry for... Just one in. We'll bring him down. I feel like that's a easy way to do it. Once you're happy with the hands, you can look at the perspective. This is the beauty of having digital art, I would say, as opposed to physical art, in which basically you'd have to reset the entirety of it. You just press control like that. Then we just fix. Now it's like, whoa, look at these arms. They look pretty big to be. The thing is, I can't not emphasizing how puffy this letter is. Maybe this is thinner. Maybe I drew myself too thin here. Pants. Whoops! Don't click that. Now I can obviously move down more. Nope, that line went nowhere. Now we're only going to be doing sketches so far. I feel like I'm still very far from actually making clean lines. Now obviously a sketch shouldn't take as much time as a clean line, but I have no experience with it. These streams would work as tutorials? I don't know about that. I feel like I'm learning more than anything. Like seeing how progress goes. I mean, they could work. I would have to basically look at what to do more. Again, this is just the first day, so I will look at more tomorrow, I guess, if I probably when I do it again. I'll learn a little more about what's the next steps of what I should be focusing on, but for now, we're just for now, we're just following this as I showed earlier. Can't see. Just following this. Right now, it's just telling me to draw. Next thing is to draw eyes and shapes. But the main one that it wanted me to draw is to draw this guy over here, which is what we drew at the beginning. After that, I didn't really have much of a plan. Plans falter. See? Not drawing a very specific. Focus back. Where are we at? Need to draw fill the neck, I guess. Draw that. Draw the little song. Some sort of gamepad that I found. Plus. Little button. Button. Dark. Another button there. I don't think that conveys it very well. How about take some advices from artists? Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to advice from artists. If you yourself have any experience with art, I will be willing to take some. For all, this is more of a learning stream, more like it's a learning experience for me more than it is perhaps for you. Just basically recording the progress of my journey so far. Line. Nice. Cool. There's a line there. This is very messy. This is where I would clean it up if I had. If basically that was something I would be focusing. Pocket. Pocket. Creases. So I'm gonna line creasing. Don't exactly know if that's the short form. Yeah, the shoulders here are very off. Fix those. I feel like I have a very stiff shoulder there. Right, let's go back in the face again. No, we're just gonna be drawing on top of it. So, the hair. Pretty much a ball. The only thing I have is an ahoge over here. Then I have a lot of hairlines. I guess I should do the eyes first, because that'll be under it. Can't really draw on top of it. Can't, but I don't have experience drawing eyes or drawing in general, so we'll be doing the best we can with what we. Definitely gives a different vibe. Huh? Oh yeah, I don't have eyebrows. That's one thing I don't. Yeah, definitely want to clean up those eyes. Those eyes don't look right. Have some mile mark. The nose is a little too low. Its chin is also not accurate. And I also have not marked the ears. Right. We'll erase some of the eyes. Redo the eye. Zoom in on little. Well, don't actually have a line from the bottom, so draw the bottom. I feel like that fits closer to the aesthetic that was. How's that? Feels a little closer. I think it's a little closer. Oh, that line. I don't know about the nose and those. Probably go. Mouth is too thick. Clean out the eyebrows. The eyes are not symmetrical. That's something I also noticed right now. They don't really show eyelids. At least the angle that I'm looking at this, I do not show them. Ignore that. Bigger. A little line. Yeah, that's good enough for a nose. Give it a little happy little smile, even though I'm not really smiling in this art. And then yeah, I like that more. It's much better. Alright, now let's draw over it. We're gonna do the hair. There. Big hair here. Another one there, but it's a gray one. I don't know how I'm gonna. Maybe just draw in a thinner one. Basically covered up there. Hello there, Will. How you doing? Line. Darken it a bit. Get that out. Because the lines aren't very straight. Oh, you're gonna get an ad in about 5 minutes. Just a warning for everybody. Ad thing popped up. Good, thanks. What's haps? What's the haps there, buddy? What you doing? I'm just learning to draw here, so you're just basically seeing some very rough line work and everything. I've never this is the first time I've actually been doing digital drawing, so you don't expect quality, I'll tell you that. No quality here. Let's erase this. This is basically a complete amateur trying to figure out how to draw. I also have never used a tablet before, so I'm basically learning both to digital draw and to use a tablet. But to be honest, I guess learning both at the same time isn't too bad of a deal. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm drawing myself right now. Still looking better than my first time. Wow, that's very kind. Those are kind words there. I doubt it. I think you're selling yourself too short. I may have never seen your drawing, but I doubt it. I think you're much better than me. Let's draw this up. I mean, drawing from reference is also much easier than drawing blind, right? This is all dark. Leave this white strand to be the white piece of hair, I guess. I think our face is a little too wide. Agreed, I only got better after I stopped being stubborn and took references. Ah. Well, you missed it you missed it a little bit earlier, but I was going through a tutorial thing here. Oh, you can't see it. It's sort of like I was trying to draw this guy. And this is what I ended up with. But like, if we flip it upside down, you can see how bad the proportions of this are. Very funny. Just thought it'd be something to show. Let's take this away. This away as well. But the important part is just getting practice, right? Just trying to figure out how to do things. Hey, you got an egg. You redeemed your bonus egg, show. Congrats. You're now a bonus egg dealer. Good leg. So another warning, you'll have an ad in about 2 minutes. Yeah, I did base my original character heavily on the Omori inspiration. I actually have an Omori poster over here in my room. I did enjoy that game. Very good game in my opinion. Very psychological. Also dealing with a lot of emotional turmoil. If you've never played Omori and you're into this sort of RPG style, like Yumaniki and the like, I would recommend it. Yeah, these legs are gonna be a problem. The problem is I'm doing a 3D to 2D, so there's no like creasing or anything I can like rely on, and I have no experience on knowing how to build it. So we're just basically trying to draw from memory, or drawing from artistic style to this. We're also not going to clean up these lines because we were just making a sketch for first practice, I guess. And as I mentioned, I've never drawn before. I've At best, maybe done a few physical drawings. I've dabbled in other arts before, but never actually done anything too great. Yeah, this, I don't think I'm salvaging these. The good thing about sketches is you can basically make things up a lot. Your imagination will try to fill it in. I don't know about this one though. This one just feels like it's a wash. Do some creasing. I don't know. Creasing even like that? I think it's something like this. Alright, you're gonna have an ad in 10 seconds. It'll be 90 seconds, I think. And then I'll be back. I'm just gonna look at more of this drawing and try to add more creasing to it. Okay. Side line here. Don't exactly know how that works. I do have a seam here, so I have to this seam as well. Lighter line. Don't I have it? I don't want to fix this jaw. Like, it doesn't feel right. I guess I'm just white-faced. White-faced like that. I don't know. Welcome back, everyone. Just basically doing some more line. Or like just some small details like the small lines here. Wondering what else am I missing? Obviously, I'm not very happy with the jawline. I feel like this does not convey this very well. But given the fact it's a sketch, and given the fact that I'm trying for the first time, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I will leave it there as my first practice round of copying a design to drawing. The next thing I'm going to do is just do some very basic work, actually, which is just going to be... Oh, actually, first let's save it. All this first... First canvas? What do you mean by that? Yeah, again, I'm not even gonna do coloring. I'm just trying to get more familiarized with this pen over here. You can see, yeah, this pen, yeah, this one you can see over here, and just line work overall. I think the next thing I'm gonna do, which is a very basic thing that I remember reading, was doing basically straight lines, which apparently is very hard. Which, you know, to be honest, based on the fact that I can't do a straight line, I feel that that's correct. So I gotta do 0.1, 0.2 in a straight line. Okay, well I already failed. Good thing I have digital tools, huh? Can't do straight line. Ooh, a straight line. A straight line. I always keep cutting short because of the pad, I guess. You can't draw a straight line, Lamau. Well, so I can go from here because I'm using a very small tablet too. Like the tablet that I have is probably no bigger than my hand's width. So like if you take your thumb and you take your pinky and you basically put it like that, That's probably as wide as my tablet is. So the drawing area of it, I think, is smaller than that. Now, I don't exactly know if being closer in means that it's easier to do a straight line. Obviously, that's straight, but I overshot it. Nope, that's not a... I mean, to be honest, that is a straight line, but I did the typical thing in which I went back. I seem to always want to do curved lines. Like, I want to do this instead of going straight. I want to go straight. Better to overshot than undershot. At least you can erase. That's true, I guess. The one thing I also gotta get used to, which is something that I've only started to realize, is that how much weight I put on it will change the color of the line. Like if I put no weight on this pad, it'll be a very thin line. Let's erase some of them. After this, we'll start making the basic shapes, I guess. I feel like I should... Let's erase everything. No reason to have it. What I'm gonna do is draw actual circles. Can we fill these circles? Not familiar with it. Oh, thanks for the follow there, Will. Very kind of you. I'll be doing drawing every day for November. No, can you not fill, Frida? Or maybe... No, that's not it. I guess I could make it so big that it doesn't matter, but... Screw it. I guess we're... I don't know. I'm gonna try to do a shortcut here, but it didn't seem like it did anything. That's me drawing. Since it's Krita, you can hold mash for perfect circles. Mash? Again, I'm not 100% familiar with Krita either. I've used it for editing, because that's basically the reason why I use Krita. I do some digital editing, but I'm not too familiar. I know you can hold shift, and then it will do perfect circles. That's what you meant. But what I was asking is, how do you make a circle that's already filled? Is that not possible in Krita? There's a bunch of line work. Foreground for transparent. That doesn't do anything. Oh, well, just use the filling tool. I guess that makes sense. And so if we just use fill. What? What is this? What is this? It's probably because it's a not a vector tool. I did not mean to draw the entirety of it. Did not mean to draw a blank. Well, it has to do something with the tool that you use to make the circle, I'm pretty sure. Because it shares the status of the drawing. Maybe there is a... One of my favorites. What about digital? Basic. Is basic gonna not have fading? That's what we want. Give it to my favorites. Go back to favorites. Okay. Does seem to have a little bit, but it could be wrong. Try to fill this in. It still doesn't. So we'd have to feather the selection. Select. Feather selection. 5 pixels. Then. What? Not drawing. It's just not doing anything. Screw it. I'm just gonna go back to drawing with pencil. Go back to the pen. I feel like that's... Feels like this is a different shape altogether. I guess I was doing pen. This is the one we just added. Feels like a much better line. I guess I was using pencil before. Circle. Line. Change it to 5 pixels. Very tiny. Okay, straight line, straight line, straight line. None of those are straight. Also, every time I'm doing it, I'm doing like some sort of rotation. I'm doing arrows, which is not what I want to do. I want to do straight. Problem is, I'm not confident that I can do a straight line starting at a point. Go from everything. Missed. I think you still missed. Still missed. Still missed? Probably cancels it. Let's do some eye practice. So eyes for me. Again, if we're doing sketches, kind of an almond. I'm gonna take the majority of the eye. This part is the one that I'm not too sure. There's the eye. Basic eye shape anyway. Now I have to replicate the other half. That is definitely not another half. Keep this. I know that some people, what they do is just basically they'll take an eye that they already drawn. Example. What I have seen people do is take this, copy it, take the eye, and then this digital. This is what you can do with digital. Then you mirror it. Where's the mirror? There, transform, mirror. See, I need not draw a second eye. I'm already a professional. But that's not really good for practice. Oh, I'm in the vector layer again. If you don't try to go for realism, you could try separate the eye into parts: the top line, the iris, and the pupil. So we bring back up this. Basically, this is the reference I'm going for. In which I basically have void be my iris. Sorry, void be my iris, my people. Oh, getting terms confused. The inner circle that is basically the void. It's basically just more whiteness. Yeah, let's put that on the side. Let's try to do some eyes before we have to call it for the day, huh? That's not right. So, our eye is pretty big. Okay, it's spiraling. There's also the cornea over here. Oh, the cornea of the ear ducts. If it's a more realistic eye. Give you a little smile. He's so big. Those eyes are huge. What happens if I make more? So try making the eye a little more burn. I guess more eye expressions, I guess. I'm not gonna copy it. Try to do the left side as well. So I feel like probably never be very great at replicating the same eye. Like creating a mirror of the same eye. So I need to learn. Whoa, that was not a line. I need to learn how to do one shape and then basically mirror it on the other. So the first part would be just to create the first line. One line. One line. Yeah. Why does it keep flipping? One line. It's like I'm stopping myself. Creating an eye that basically just stops itself there. Creating ends rather than circles. Semicircle. What kind of eye shape would that create anyway? A tip I managed to pick after a while for the eyes, they're the same level, is to make a band shape. So the eyes are aligned band. Like an elastic band. There's a straight line. I feel like I can do less realistic eyes because I feel like those are much simpler, right? Got a big eye guy. A curved rectangle. You're talking about something like that? I feel like I just make an egg if I... Spiral into. This is a negative one. I feel like those don't look like eyes. They look more like glasses. Basically, you can use this as the negative space to pretend to be an eye. But maybe I'm just not quite catching. With straighter lines, top, bottom, but yeah. Align the top and the bottom half of the eyes. It will spread them. Okay. Again, I feel like this will be many practices. One thing I can do is do like a curved line and a curved line. Curved line. Curved line. Depending on how many times I do it. Like right now, if I do it enough times, it creates the sort of eyelid. That is way too. Oh. The simplicity on some eyes versus others, huh? So make an old. What if we make eggs? We make an egg. I guess the problem with eggs is you generally make them like that. Making them sideways are a little weird. Well, they look. Well, I appreciate the positivity there. Well, though I'm not too sure. They look good because they're a sketch. Once you basically start to clean them up, we'll see some issues. But again, it's practice. We're just doing some basic. We are doing basics. Here's one eye shape as well. The double spiral. Hard to do the second one. I feel like I did the first one as a complete fluke, to be honest. One's closer, but doing circles. Now imagine that as an artist, doing a circle is basically the worst part. Feels more comic, less realistic. Again, none of these faces are realistic in any way. You have to flip the canvas. Is there a quick way to flip a canvas? Because I know that, for example, in Krita, there's this, right? So you can rotate it. But I feel that there was a better short form way of doing it. Press M. M is rotating the canvas. Pressing M just basically does. There's maybe some setting that I need to enable. Let's deselect the layer, by the way. M? Yeah, M just rotates. Just horizontal monitoring. Oh, sorry, that's what you mean. You don't actually mean rotating the canvas. You mean you're basically doing this and doing this again. Is that what you're doing? Gonna go in one half and then the other half? Okay. It's good to know these sort of shortcuts. Didn't mean to undo them. And I feel like do fast spirals. But that's not the practice. We want to create an eye shape. Do we care about imperfection? Probably a little. Again, this is okay when you don't have a face, but when you start attaching a face to it, it's like, oh, look at this monstrosity. Look at that. Look at that guy. Just saying hi to you. Hello. He's got tiny little fingers. Again, I'm being a little too critical, mostly because I'm still learning. So for tomorrow, probably have to look at what kind of next thing I want to work on, because we're about to end the stream in a few minutes. I'll look to see anything. If you have any recommendations, Will, I will be willing to listen them. One thing I was pretty bad at is doing lips. Anna is more of a... Again, I feel like the proportion... The eyes are huge in comparison to the face. These do not seem great symmetrical. That's alright. Again, I am a complete beginner, amateur, if anything. This is all I want to get better at it. New layer with a rectangle. There is an adding coming in 5 minutes. Oh, there's the fill tool. Well, wait, why did they do it for this one but not the other one? Why are you filling this one? I don't understand. I don't understand why you're even doing it all black. Never happened to you? Well, there's always a first for everything, I suppose. We always do practice new things, then we learn nothing out of them. So it is a little black line. So now it's just the white. There must be a setting for this. Gotta be. No reason why it's only making me do. I'm gonna fill it up too. No, that won't. Only the rectangle tool is basically doing a filled. Weird. Now what happens if we do a negative eye? So we'll do the eye shape that you're asking. Do a second eye. So is this kind of like what you're doing? You're basically using these tools. Then switch the color. That's not. Come on. Bit off. Essentially, it's using parallel lines to align the top of the bottom of your eyes. So couldn't you do a line then? Straight line. Oh, I probably should do this in black. 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 So there's the top of... That would be the lines to match the eyes. And now I just try to draw in that line. Big eyes. You gotta touch the curve. Touch the curve. If I can't touch the curve, I really can't. I know. Yeah, you touched it. The eye shape is weird. You're just trying to imitate that. Advise that you try to make two of the same eye after drawing the top half. Then you make a third line to match it as well. So like a line through the middle. Line through there, so as to be able to get the center of the eye. Definitely do that as tomorrow's practice. 2 more eye shapes. Entirely the Picasso drawing took 45 minutes, I think. the end, the only eye can really draw well. That was close. Oh, an ad is about to start in 30 seconds. Only worry about the basic of the eye, though, if you're getting realistic. That's fair. I'm going for practice. They're kind of like little fishing. So I guess the thing that I notice is that... Okay, so if I start by drawing this one, then switch. Add. My messy eyes have turned. Thank you. Sorry for the ad. Like little fishy. I don't know. I just think that's cute. Again, this drawing is very, very, very primitive, but so I do wonder, what is even anime? What are anime eyes even look like? They look like ugu, right? Like they're big. Sometimes have something else. This is not really an anime. This is more of a cartoony eye. I feel like this is the eyes of SpongeBob. Hello, it's me, SpongeBob. Doodlebob, actually. I feel like I'm missing something. Missing a detail about that nose. I'm going from memory what SpongeBob looks like. Mostly because I accidentally got somewhat his eye. I don't think SpongeBob has a nose. Square pant. Yeah. Mouse, on the other hand, is something I'm not. You know, he has two layers on his pants. There's a shirt, pants, shirt. Have a tie? He has a tie. Is that Doodlebob? I don't think it's Doodlebob. It's Doodlebob. I think Doodlebob has. I don't think Doodlebob has eyes like corneas marked like that. He's also missing. He's missing some of his SpongeBob features. But anyway, we'll call that one. We'll call that one done for now. That's gonna be all for today. My streams for doodling are only going to be 2 hours long each day. Otherwise, I think I'd burn out very fast. Well, let's save this one. We'll go through the drawings that I've done today. I'll also do the ones that I've done in the past to show them for the first time. What is it? First time. Cool. So we started with the Picasso. Oh, I should probably get rid of the. I don't need this anymore. Be gone. Start with this one. Hit the gallery showcase time. I mean, not much to showcase. my attempt of doing the Picasso drawing of the man upside down, because that's what they suggested to do. It took me longer than they said they would take. That's okay. And if we flip it upside down, the proportions of this is terrible. Terrible. But anyway. Yeah, it looks nice as long as you don't turn it upside down. Then, my god. It, like, look at this. Look at this line. What's happened here? What's happened? I'm accidentally drawing here. What's happening here? What's happening here? Some crazy thing. Alright, we'll close that one. Then it's just me. It's just a little doodle. I don't know. I feel like as a sketch I can put a lot of the energy in the thing, but I don't know if it's just first time luck, if anything, when it comes to drawing these. We'll close this one again. And then it's the eyes. I'll also show you the two ones I did previously. This I did a few days ago when I was first opening and practicing. Oh, these are not it. These are where people have been drawing that are much better than me. I don't think you can see that. It's open somewhere. Pictures. Doodle. Here is... Here was my original. This is me just originally trying the tablet out and just trying to copy. This one came out. The art is a little different. Like I feel like the second time I sketched this one, it became a little different. Obviously, I simplified the lines. I cut everything. This was a few minutes at best. Like, not much. Just trying to get poses and stuff. Not big deal. And then this one, which is again just some basic more shapes. Just some basics. Yeah, it's a great first start, but we'll see how long. We'll see if I eventually ever get beyond just a start. But that's going to be all. We'll close all of the grid out. Let's put down the tablet. Let's move to the center. And let's switch to the end screen. Anyway, and that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much for everybody who stopped by and supported my first heart attempts. I'll come back to it again tomorrow, same time, for 2 hours. Just keep practicing a little more until either my hand goes numb, because I feel like that's probably going to happen at some point, or I finish my month of drawing, because that's what I want to do. I'm just going to get a little better at drawing, because I've never drawn before. I got inspired by people doing some great drawings of me in the past, and I was like, man, I wish I could do a little better. So that's going to be all. I hope you all have a wonderful time. Don't forget to stay wild if you're interested in such things. And if not, that's fine. You have your own life. I have my own. But that makes you very cool. Even if you don't have a life. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying at all. See you all next time. Stay cool. Bye.